Guys, tell us what you know about climate change.
It makes the world hotter
Why?
because all the ice is melting because the sun's hot.
Okay.
And the ozone layers are destroyed, right? Is that alright?
I know that like global warming, and it changes like the weather patterns,
Right.
and that it's melting ice caps.
What do you know about climate change?
Other humans have influenced it greatly, by releasing emissions and just different things that we do, like burning stuff, or like the emissions that we release from our cars, or just different things that we do that aren't necessarily good for the environment, and kind of, hurts the earth.
What is climate change? Climate change is where, the Earth is kind of heating up because we're polluting it so much with different things, and it's melting places in Antarctica and the North Pole, and it's causing sea levels to rise. It's not good.
Hi, friend. Do you know what climate change is?
I think that it's perpetrated by the government because they're trying to control our lives. So I think it's fully fake. It's 100% fake.
Coach Austin, what do you know about climate change?
Climate change, I know there's a lot of controversy about whether it's fake news or if it's a real thing. I'm not sure, but I do know this. I like trying to take care of the environment in ways that I can, whether it be recycling or just not littering, so on and so forth.
All I know is that carbon emissions from factories and nuclear plants is tearing on the ozone layer.
It's very bad. Dude, it's super daggone bad.
What do you know about climate change, bro?
Around here in Virginia, we don't know what's going on. It can be snowing one day, hot in the summer. It is what it is. What do you know about climate change?
I know it's the change of the environment over time, and that it can be caused by nature or it can be caused by pollution.
There you go.
What do you know about climate change?
Well, I know that it used to be called global warming until they found out that all the places in the world wasn't really warming, so they figured that they might as well change the name of it and call it climate change.
Getting bad because people kept on trashing the planet and they kept on messing it up. And people keep on burning fires and the CO2 keeps going in the air and messing up our atmosphere. And that's what I know.
What do you know about climate change?
I have a very basic knowledge about greenhouse gases and how carbon emissions get trapped and are therefore smothering us. I know that the oceans are getting warmer. I know that the ice caps are indeed melting.
I can't remember what the greenhouse gas. Deshaun, what do the greenhouse gases do?
The greenhouse gases, they contribute to the ozone.
What do they do that's bad?
I'm just kidding. What do they do that's bad? They cause the earth to warm and they cause climate change. That's why the polar ice caps are melting.
But why?
What do you mean why?
How are they doing it?
Because they stay in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then it just traps
them in there.
Instead of the heat from the sun hitting the earth and reflecting off of it, traps it and it gets stuck. And then
we had this class together.
And you have climate change.
What do you know about climate change?
I know that people in our society are pretty uptight about it these days. I know that there's a science behind it.
There's quite a bit of science and research out of the history of changing climates over millions of years. It's captured in the ice of the North Poles and the South Poles, and the scientists have researched that, and they've kept track of rising sea levels, they've kept track of the temperature averages. The facts indicate that there is a warming trend that's happening globally on average. There is a strong case to be made that the Earth is warming due to human activity.
Hi, I'm Miss Good. My ecology class has recently learned about climate change in class, and the second block class had an excellent idea about wanting to do a video to teach you, the rest of the student body, about what climate change is and how human activity is affecting the temperature on Earth. As human beings burn fossil fuels particularly and release CO2 into the atmosphere, it adds to the greenhouse gas layer around the Earth. But as we add more CO2, it adds more to that greenhouse gas layer and warms up the planet more than what we would like it to. And so here today we're going to have the rest of the students explain more to you about what climate change is and how our lifestyle choices can either harm or help the planet.
What's up, dogs? I'm here to tell you about climate change.
Climate change is the unusual change in temperature or weather patterns in a place or worldwide. Global warming does not just mean warming because it can make certain places in the world more stormy or cold. This is why it is more commonly referred to now as climate change. And climate change is primarily affected by the greenhouse effect.
The greenhouse effect is not bad. It is a natural layer of gases such as CO2 that keeps our Earth comfortable. The problem is that we are releasing too much gas into the atmosphere.
Many people think that the hole in the ozone layer is what causes climate change.
Actually, the hole in the ozone layer and the greenhouse gas layer, which causes climate change, are two separate problems.
CO2 is the main cause of climate change. What releases CO2 is burning things into the environment. If we would reduce how much we burn, that would help prevent climate change.
According to NASA, in the last 650,000 years, there have been 7 cycles of glacier advance and retreat, with the abrupt end of the last ice age about 7,000 years ago, and marking the beginning of the modern climate.
Within the years of 2002 and 2006, we were experiencing 36 to 60 cubic miles of ice melting in Greenland every year, which attributed to sea level rise. In the last 100 years, we have experienced 8 inches of sea level rise. And the rate at which the sea level is rising has doubled within the last 20 years. Also, we have seen an 0.3 degrees Fahrenheit temperature increase in the top 2,000 feet of ocean since 1969.
Climate change is a big part of weather-related disasters. Scientists says climate change is a direct result of human activity. Burning fossil fuels increase the rate at 75%. Glaciers are melting at an unpredictable rate.
Climate change causes a rise in our sea levels and affects our weather. When big storms hit land, higher sea levels create more powerful storm surges that cause a lot of damage to our ecosystems. Climate change continues to make our temperatures rise, causing heat waves and droughts.
Everybody sees and feels these effects. Climate change threatens our agriculture, health, water supply, infrastructure, and much more.
Hi, I'm Dalton Campbell, and this is Cielo, and we're going to tell you about ways how to help climate change.
Okay, so you can start by recycling, putting less waste into the environment. For example, you could ride a bike or walk instead of using a car. And you can line dry your clothes on a warm, sunny day.
And you could eat organically. It uses less pesticides that harm the environment, and usually is more local and uses less expenses when driving.
The reason we do these things is to use less energy and electricity.
And in return, this will produce less CO2, helping stop climate change.
If you want to learn more about climate change, here are some websites you can go to learn more about it.
I thought we was done.
Mina.
Scientists say direct result of human activities. Is that right? Climate change is a direct result of weather-related disasters.
No.
No.
Here are some websites you can go to. I can't do yours right.
It's more commonly referred to now as climate change, and Yeah, what? I forgot the last bit. It's called.
Go ahead.
It's called
The greenhouse effect is not bad.
I'm Dalton Campbell, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about climate change. The reason climate change is happening is because we're losing. What?
Get your talk.
What happened?
Oh, that was
so good.
Yeah.
Wait, but what do I do? Like, how am I supposed to?
Turn around.
I think that it's perpetrated by the government because they're trying to control our lives. So I think it's fully fake. It's 100% fake.
Well, it's not fake, all right? This is 100% realness. Okay, you gotta take this serious, man. You understand?